Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. And I'm Father Steve Sellers, and this right here is Dot. And she's having a good morning today. She's been outside. It's been sprinkling a little bit. She's a good girl. Good girl. Get your treat. And we're in the midpoint of this fifth week in the Easter season, and I hope you're having a good week so far. You know, we have far more control over the goodness or badness of our weeks than we realize, because it all boils down to making the right decisions in the right place at the right time. And the right decision is always to think of the Lord who is with us all day long. In our gospel lesson today, we've moved into John chapter 15, where Jesus is telling us that he's the true vine and we are the branches, and that we are connected to him, and apart from him we can do nothing. And every time I read through this, I think of a couple of people in my life, and one of them was a few years ago when a young, newly married parishioner of mine was wiring a whole new entertainment system for his downstairs room. He had all sorts of the latest electronic devices and gadgets and receivers and amplifiers, and he was going to turn one of his rooms into the ultimate entertainment experience. And he worked and he was condensing things down, and he went to try to power up, and nothing happened. He was perplexed because he'd been very careful about wiring things the right way and not overloading any particular circuit anywhere, but he couldn't make it work. No power would come on. And he was telling me this story, and he said that he started retracing his steps, going back to make sure each individual component was wired right and plugged into the power cord where it needed to be, and he realized only at the end that he had never plugged the entire system from the main power cord into the AC power current. So he had no power because he wasn't plugged into the source of the power. And that's what Jesus is telling us. Apart from him, we can do nothing. We stumble, fumble, and fall as we make our way through our lives when we're not connected to him. He's already connected to us, and that's a connection that will never end, and he will not disconnect that. But when we don't make that decision to defer to him, to go before him and seek his love and mercy and power and open our hearts to him, we're not plugged into our power source. And it's no wonder that we get exhausted and tired and angry. We have no power in us to propel our way down the path that he has set for us. So just today, right now, make sure you're plugged into your source of heavenly power, and draw from him and learn from him, and abide in him as he abides in you. And remember that apart from him, we can do nothing. And no better hymn describes that than the wonderful mid-19th century hymn, Abide with Me. Have a blessed day today, and God willing, Dot and I will see you